let us start with respect to actions class. Now, when when the actions class in Selenium WebDriver is used to simulate complex user interactions, okay, it might be interactions with respect to mouse. Like for example, you take a cursor and you try to scroll over, right? See, for example, if we are considering this website and if we are trying to scroll over like this, right? We have scrolled our mouse, moved to an element. We have moved to this particular element, right? We have moved to interaction element. Then a particular drop down displays, right? It is not a drop down actually. It is a kind of layout which displays where we can select the items like drag and drop, selectable, resizable, like that, right? So these are a kind of actions that can be performed with the help of actions class in Selenium. Okay, we can make use of actions class in order to simulate the complex user interactions. It might be right click, it might be double click, it might be keyboard actions, right? Move to an element. So those kind of complex actions we cannot perform directly with the help of WebDriver methods. We have to make use of actions class in order to interact with these elements. Okay, so the elements, the interaction can be done with the help of this mouse actions or actions class. So for example, if you want to right click like this, then we can go with respect to this actions class. If you are double clicking, then also we can go with respect to an actions class. If suppose you are doing a drag and drop, for example, consider this. Now I am just trying to drag this particular yes and leave it here, right? If I'm trying to drag this SC Selenium and leave it here, right? I'm doing a drag and drop. So this kind of operations can also be done as part of actions class. Okay, whenever we want to interact with some particular element, complex operations that we need to perform, it might be drag and drop, it might be right click, anything, then in that case we can go with respect to this actions class. Okay, it is basically actions is a class. For example, here see, it is, and when it is useful when basic click send keys are not enough, like for hover menus, sliders, drag and drop UIs. So in that case we go with respect to this actions class. When we go with respect to the actions class, when we want to simulate complex user interactions, in that case we go with respect to actions class, right? So how to write actions class? It is like this. First we have to create an object. Actions is a class, okay, which takes driver as an argument. Actions A is equals to new actions. Actions, it is not action, it is actions, like this. Okay, and we have to pass driver as an object, like this. And we want to import, let us try to import this particular actions class, which is present in, where it is present, the actions class, selenium.interactions.actions. Okay, it is present in this particular package. So I have imported actions. Now for example, consider I want to move to this particular element. I want to move to like this. I want to take the cursor and I have to move to switch to like this. Okay, I'll try to show with respect to magnifier, okay, so that you guys are easy to understand. See, for example, I have my cursor. Okay, I have a cursor, right? I have this cursor, so I want to scroll to this particular interactions, or I want to scroll to the switch to, or I want to scroll to video. This will open this kind of drop down, right? YouTube and Vimeo, something. I want to scroll to this interaction. This will give me drag and drop, selectable, resizable, right? I want to mouse over my cursor with respect to interactions. Then this will display. So how to do this? How to take the cursor and scroll on this interaction? So let us see that. How to do? We can do this kind of actions with the help of actions class, right? So first try to create an object. Now once you have created an object, we have to make use of web element. We have to make use of method called as move to element, right? This particular method we have to make use of. Now what is the element? The element is, let us consider interactions. For that, I will try to inspect interaction and try to take the XPath. Okay, so for this interactions, let me try to make use of text. Okay, slash slash a, okay, text is equals to interaction. This XPath I am taking. Okay, so this is giving me one of one finding with respect to interaction. Here we can see, right? I'll use this particular XPath and I'll try to make use of here. Either we can give directly or we can try to create. Let me try to create one web element. Find element by XPath, open close. Okay, I'll write this XPath. I'll consider this as a web element and I'll give it as interactions like this. Now this particular web element I will pass here. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here, right? So act dot move to an element. It will take my mouse over to the particular interactions element. Okay, right click, let me put it in the debug mode and then explain. Okay, I'll keep a debug mode here. Right click, debug as Java application. It will launch automation testing.in. Okay, and once it is launched, it has to move to that particular element. I have to take my mouse cursor and I have to place it on interactions element, right? So let us try to do that. So this is the web page that is launched. Let me try to maximize. Okay, let me open Eclipse. Let me try to minimize. I'm just trying to minimize. Okay, now the code is, first I need to identify the web element, driver.find element. So let me try to identify. I have identified that particular web element. Okay, now I need to first create an object for the actions class. I've created the object. Now I have to perform that operation. Okay, see, just observe here in this particular place. I'll just try to execute. Oh, it did not perform, right? So let us try to include that dot build dot perform. Let us see whether it will perform now or not. Okay, I've included dot build dot perform. Let us see whether it will execute or what. Okay, I'll just try to check before ending my code. Yes, it performed, right? So I'll tell you why to use dot build dot perform. Let us try to do it again. Debug as Java application. Okay, I'm just trying to execute the code. I have kept the debug point at the same point. Okay, let me try to minimize. So it will launch that particular website and it will wait because I have to execute. Let me try to maximize and let me try to execute one by one line of code. Okay, and first thing is I'm just trying to identify that web element. Then I'm creating an actions class object. Then I'm trying to make use of move to element. See, I'm just trying to perform. See, it opened that particular interactions, right? Can you see here, guys? This one. Oh, if you move, it will go because it is mouse over, right? If mouse comes into actions like this, right? See, you can see drag and drop, selectable, resizable is open with respect to this line of code, right? So if you want to do this particular kind of operation, we can go with respect to actions class. Now, why did I have used dot build dot perform? Because whenever we are trying to perform some operation with respect to actions class, we have to build that operation and then perform. We have to compile that operation and then perform. So that is the use of dot build dot perform. If you are using multiple operations with actions class, then also we can go with respect to dot build dot perform. Okay, now let us try to see some other operations that we have with respect to the actions class. So we have seen mouse hover, right? Click, we can perform click also, that doesn't matter. Let us try to see drag and drop. Okay, very common thing with respect to the drag and drop. We have seen mouse hover, right? Right click also we can see. Let us try to perform right click. So let me try to do the right click operation. So for that, what I will do, I will make use of act dot right click. Right click is context click. Okay, context click is nothing but right click. So right click, run as Java application. I don't know how it will behave. Let us try to see how it behaves. Okay, whenever we are performing context click with respect to interactions. Okay, so run as Java application. It has launched the website, and it has to perform right click. Let us see how it behaves. I don't know how it behaves because context click, right click, double click, we mostly avoid. See, it performed right click, right? It opened this kind of tab, open link in new tab, open link in new window. This pop-up that has been appeared is due to the right click. Say, I'll do one more time. Okay, let me try to execute the same line of code one more time. Right click, run as Java application. Okay, so the right click is basically used to open the right click option on that particular element. Okay, so it will first try to launch the website. It has launched, and now it will first try to interact with that interactions, and it will not try to interact. It is directly clicked. It has directly clicked the right click of a mouse on interactions element. See, it is like this. Okay, I'll take the cursor, right click. This operation it has performed, right? So context click is used whenever we want to perform a right click with respect to the mouse. Now let us use this drag and drop option. Okay, let us try to perform the drag and drop. So for that, in order to perform the drag and drop, we have to make use of this particular source element and the destination element. See, if we making use of the drag and drop as a method, then it will give us two different things. The different things are, it will ask us to interact with the source and the target. We have to provide the web element for source and the target, right? See, like this, we are taking this source, yes is the source, and this drop down is the target, right? In order to do this, we have to first give the source element. So let us try to take the source element. The source element in our case, let us try to consider yes as an source element. Okay, this, let us consider this img draggable angular. Let us try to take with id. Okay, id is unique / star @id, right? It is okay. We have three angular. Okay, we have three because we have dragged and drop, but it will be unique. So I'll go with id as a locator. Okay, I'll use id as a locator. So driver dot find element by dot id. Okay, I'll directly take id like this, and this is basically the source, right? This is the source. Now before launching, I have to make use of this particular website, so I'll insert it here. Okay, so this is the source. Now what is the destination? The destination is this. Okay, it will not happen again. Let me try to take the destination. Let me try to refresh, and the destination is this. So this is the drop area. Let me try to take the drop area as one more id, because that is again unique, right? Drop area like this. If I take, let us see whether I am getting one of one finding. Yes, then I'll take drop area as one more id. Okay, so driver dot find element by dot xpath by dot id. I'll not take xpath, I'll take id, and I'll try to insert this, and let us try to take this as the destination. Okay, now what I should do, I should take the source here, and this is the destination. So what to do? Just try to put the source element in the destination. Dot build dot perform like this. Let us see how it behaves. Right click, run as Java application. Okay. So now we are trying to perform the drag and drop. Right. So let us try to do the drag and drop. Angular, that yes should be moved to the right side. Right. Here we have yes. So we have yes. So this yes should be moved to right side. See, it moved, right? I did not move. It automatically moved. It automatically dragged the S into this particular destination, right? So whenever we want to perform this kind of operations, like it might be a drag and drop, right click, keyboard actions like page down, then we go with respect to the actions class. Whenever we want to perform complex operations like drag and drop, move to an element, scroll, those kind of methods we have in the actions class. Click and hold, release, context click, double click, right? In that case, we go with respect to the actions class and we perform those operations. Basically, the actions are used to perform mouse and the keyboard actions functionality. Mouse actions and the keyboard actions. Mouse is right click, left click, double click, all those things. Keyboard and mouse also include drag and drop, move to an element, click and hold. So those kind of interactions can be performed with the help of actions class. Okay, so this is the advantage with respect to the Selenium, where we can try to perform actions class mouse with respect to mouse or with respect to the keyboards.